La 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 la.
So, have you ever jacked off in a gas station bathroom before?
I can't say that I have. No. Have you?
No.
Oh, okay. What a great conversation to start there.
Well, I feel like there's people who do, and that's just weird, right?
Probably. I mean, like, you know, you're getting roadhead, you hit a speed bump, you poke her in the eye.
All right, well,
it ruins the mood.
I'm pulling over. You do whatever the fuck you need in the car. I'm going in there. You want an ice block or something when I come back out?
You can suck on that instead.
Poke yourself in the eye with a fucking trumpet. Oh,
you said you wanted a Magnum. Here's a Magnum.
Anyway, cheers.
Cheers. Welcome back to the podcast.
Absolutely. Good to be back.
Yes. So, we went for dinner last night at a pub. And
we went out to the pub for the first time since you've moved here.
Yes. So, a wee while. And there's a few people in there. But the atmosphere was, like, pretty fucking good.
It was. It was pub atmosphere.
Yes. I mean, it ticked all the boxes. It had music that was too loud. It had dead animals everywhere. It had beer.
Pool table.
Yes. All of the above.
Yeah.
And then, you know, there wasn't anyone ordering drinks, so the lady, like, went off, I don't know, she was doing something in the kitchen, and then this, like, polite gentleman was waiting at the bar for her to come back. And someone just, like some farmer guy, like a shepherd.
Just the most typical New Zealand pub goer. Just not obese, but just big belly.
Yes, old.
Yeah, easily early 60s.
Yes, just lets out the loudest fucking whistle I've ever heard in my life.
It was, to be fair, a perfect fucking whistle.
Yes,
like it was pristine. Like if
yes,
you can tell he is a shepherd or something like that.
Yes, definitely, and it just absolutely killed the mood. Like, the music stopped. That or it was the end of the song or something.
I don't know, but the jukebox did not play a single note after that
just
whistle.
Dead silence. Just this loud ass fucking whistle. He's like, just ring the bell. I'm like, what? The whole fucking town just woke up to your whistle. He wasn't whistling to the bartender. He was whistling to the guy at the bar to tell him to ring the bell.
To get the barman's attention.
Yes. So the vibe just absolutely died. And we're like, let's just go.
Yeah. And at that point, there was no point in hanging around any longer.
No. Just that was it. The night was just over. And as we're leaving, because the bartender was like, don't you fucking whistle at me or something like that. And then it was just non-stop, just whistling.
Yeah.
And,
whistle.
More whistles than a Brazzers blowbang.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Oh, jeez. Yes, you do.
I wish I did. Sounds like fucking incredible. Now's not the time for you to take a drink. You can't leave me hanging on to fill that space.
There's plenty of faces being filled in a Brazzers blowbang, trust me.
So I don't need to be filling any of them.
No.
I can go to my petrol station toilet and...
Yes, do your business in there.
Yeah. Perfect.
Oh, dear. Oh, shit.
We were flowing through good conversation.
Yes. Oh, damn. Well,
I feel like those inappropriate jokes would be stopping now.
That was the last one.
That's it for good.
Yes, that was it.
3 months from now, when we do the next Return from Hiatus podcast.
Yes.
No inappropriate
no more
jokes.
Inappropriate jokes. That's it. Only serious from now on.
Very nice.
But did I tell you I had an idea for this podcast? So I haven't edited the previous podcast yet, which is podcast number 3. So this would be podcast number 4. But I was thinking it would be good to do a podcast that could be like the next thing to come out. So like we talk now, and then it will come out next. So it's kind of like where the channel is at now.
Yeah.
Plus, that would create a thing where our podcast, where the first episode will not come out on YouTube. So number 2 was the first episode.
Yeah,
and then
this particular iteration of the podcast.
Yes, and then the next episode to come out is number 4. So number 4 comes out before number 3.
Hang on.
So not only does it not have a first episode, but the episodes also come out in the wrong order.
So your idea for the podcast is, besides wildly confusing everyone, is to talk about what we filmed the last time I was here.
No.
So what we're about to film.
Well, just what is on the channel currently, like in terms of videos.
So
which
what's
is
been just released?
Halo Titso 1 and 2.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
So
with you now.
they're up there, and then we've got like a bunch of Rainbow Six to come out.
Yeah. So I am saying what I recorded last time that is about to come out.
Yes, except that there was a last time, and then there was another last time before that.
Yes, but that stuff's already out.
No, because there's still GTA, which will also come out at some point.
Yes, but GTA was the last time I was here. Everything from the first time I was here is out.
No. So it was Halo. We did Halo Titso. This is 6 months ago. So we did Halo Titso 1 and 2. Then we did GTA 1 and 2. And then we did another Titso. But the last half of it was terrible because the GTA before it was like almost 3 hours long.
Yeah, fuck me. That was a long session.
And then last time we did a bunch of Rainbow Six and some Watch Dogs too as well.
I could have sworn we did some Halo last time as well.
No, we didn't because it was cut a day short.
You had to leave short.
You had to leave on Sunday. We like filmed all of Rainbow Six, and then you left.
Yeah, it's just like I need to go.
Yeah, got no Titso done. But anyway, that Titso that half of it was shit. We managed to re-record the second half of it 6 months later. So
yes, made it even better.
Yes, exactly.
Well, it'll be better for the people watching it.
Yes, it wasn't great for us.
It was not better for us.
It was pretty funny. And then it just got to a point where like, okay, we've been here for far too long.
Yeah. It's still funny, but it's wearing thin. It's been an hour and a half of the same thing. Of just, we're trying to move on and we just can't. We've accepted we've made the super stunt.
Yes, well.
And for reasons beyond our control, that progress got reset.
Yes.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Wink, wink, yes.
Say no more, say no more.
No.
So we had to redo that section. I mean, okay, cool, let's just push through it. We'll blow through it in 2 minutes. We've got a tank, we've got a warthog, we've got all sorts of shit. Push across the bridge. Done.
Yeah.
No.
No. Proceeded to do the stunt another 35 times.
Proceeded to get our tits and ass handed back to us.
And just 2 grown men reduced to tears.
There were tears shed, yes. That's not a lie. That's a bit of behind the scenes right there, is literally both of us crying. Just trying our best and failing awfully time after time after time.
God. Time after time.
Nice.
Yeah. Good song.
Great song. Not a great time for us filming that portion of the video.
No. Also,
only for it to immediately be followed up by you trying to be like, there's a bridge skip here.
Yes.
Well, another bridge skip or whatever. And then
we look down.
No, that's where we've come.
Yeah.
No.
Wrong bridge.
Yeah.
It was the bridge at the very start of the level.
2 hours ago.
Yes. Could have skipped all of that.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Well, we can always re-record it.
No, we fucking can't.
No, that was a joke. We must press on with Halo Titso because it's actually getting some views.
It is.
Yeah.
I fucking always knew that Halo Tits and Ass would do well in a search algorithm.
Yes, exactly. I mean,
funnily enough.
Cortana. It's all in the tags when you...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cortana, tits.
Yes.
Ass.
Yes. Blue, blue tits, blue ass. It's all in the little tags that you put when...
Absolutely. We need to figure out an acronym for blue now.
Yes. Yes. Blue tits and blue ass.
Yeah. Beautiful legs. Under everything. The interesting, terrific skulls.
And brilliantly ludicrous,
unreal,
extreme, awesome superstars.
Perfect.
There we go.
You're going to need to listen back this part of the podcast in order to try and fucking remember all of that.
The problem is that this podcast will come out before Titso episode 3. Unless I just do that next. Otherwise we'll spoil it.
Yes.
Because I'm sure this podcast will get more than 10 views. Like the last one did.
Is the podcast our worst performing thing?
No, I think Speedrunners is.
That makes me sad.
Yeah, we talked about that in podcast number 2, I believe.
What a great fucking video that is. That deserves more love.
Yeah, I mean, they were pretty good. There was just one part. Yeah, anyway. They were very good.
Yes. There's a best of Game Romp playlist.
There is. Oh, it's probably not on there.
No, I'm sure it isn't. But
yeah, I had to remove some stuff.
That's the wrong Game Romp.
Well, because I wanted to do another playlist that's like all the references.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of references to our early videos.
Yes.
So things like a pile of blood or, trees are safe. Those sorts of things.
Absolutely. Okay, so Convention Center so far is the lowest thing I found. That's got 16 views.
Yeah.
Welcome back to podcast number 2. 13 views.
Ooh.
Very, very poorly performing.
Yep.
I'm yet to find... Speed Chokers. Speed Runners Gameplay Part 2. 7 views.
7?
7.
Jesus.
That's
the
Speed
middle
Runners
part.
Part 3. 24.
Oh, nice.
Not bad.
So the middle part has the least views.
The middle part has the least views until I find Part 1.
Yeah, that
might be...
That's definitely the shittest part.
Yeah. What? Anything less than 7? Lovers has got plenty more.
Lovers is great. That used to be the series that if I show someone the channel, I'd be like, yeah, watch Lovers.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that kind of has like obviously not the whole Game Romp team, but that's got the group dynamic on display, like firing on all cylinders.
Absolutely.
And some of the worm stuff is pretty good as well.
Some of the worm stuff is very good.
I
can't find Speedrunners Part 1.
Oh, it shouldn't be too far.
Oh, there it is.
That.
15 views.
Yeah. It's pretty shit.
More than double the amount of Part 2.
Yeah, don't.
Yep, so Speedrunners Part 2. Terrible.
Yeah.
Shout out to Speedrunners Part 2.
Yeah.
But, Halo Titso Part 1. 948 views, 2 months.
Yeah, didn't quite crack 1,000. But still, it was very cool, like, logging into YouTube Studio and just seeing it go up all the time.
Yes.
And then it eventually just plateaus. But it's cool because you, like, see the analytics and you're like, oh, like, people actually watching it. And this is how they're finding it. And there's a few comments on Part 1 and 2 about, like, this just got randomly recommended and I really enjoy it. So that's pretty cool as well.
That's what we love.
We got some comments.
There were some nice comments on that video. It made me feel good reading them.
Yes. One of us called us... I'm not sure if they were being mean or if they were being funny, but I just laughed at it anyway. I'm sure I'll bring it up on the edit, but I laughed at that.
Fair enough.
And another guy was shitty that we said something about the new graphics.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like... He references the time in the first video.
Yeah.
And he's like, seriously? Or something like that. And it's us deciding to play on the new graphics. Which are fucking terrible. I think levels like Pillar of Autumn is fine.
Yeah.
A level like Halo, Truth and Reconciliation, fucking terrible. The cliffs are the biggest fucking problem. They didn't match the shape, and so they just added like more detail and stuff, but it's all just invisible walls.
Yes.
Or parts where you can see through like a tree, and so you're trying to snipe someone, And then there's just an invisible wall there. You swap back to the classic graphics, and the tree's just a different shape.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's quite bad. But then beyond that, they just completely went away from the original art style. And that becomes a problem in 343 Guilty Spark onwards. Because the game...
Yeah.
It has like horror elements. It's supposed to be creepy. It's supposed to be dark.
Yep.
You're supposed to feel like afraid, and then
not quite knowing everything that's there.
That level, 343 Guilty Spark, is supposed to be like a creepy sort of swamp, and then instead it gets turned into like this vibrant, like alien forest sort of looking level.
It's Felucia from Star Wars.
Yes, and it just doesn't match the tone at all.
No.
And then the library's like so bright. There's arrows everywhere to tell you where to go. Like that's convenient, but it doesn't match the tone.
No.
It matches the tone of like sort of Halo 4, 5, 6, where they've got the Prometheans and shit.
Yes.
Not 6, Infinite, which doesn't have Prometheans, but those games lack that horror element. So, the tone just doesn't match. So
it's like what you were saying about Dragon Age. Of like the new art direction of that. It's like, it's not a high fantasy game. It's like you said, a dark fantasy game. And the art direction has to match the tone that you're taking the story and the characters in.
Yeah.
And if you've got, like, if all the elements aren't clicking, it just results in feels like it's got no direction, I guess, to it.
It's just very bizarre for a dark fantasy series to suddenly become like Fortnite. Cell-shaded art style or whatever.
Yeah.
Like cartoon. Like there's a photo of the Darkspawn, and it just looks ridiculous. It's something out of a kid's game. And it just shits me off so much. I keep seeing these articles, and it's the devs talking about it, and they're saying like, well, if the graphics aren't good enough, which they're never going to be, then you're just constantly reminded that it's a video game. And therefore that takes away from the characters that we're trying to set up. So if you make it look like a cartoon, then you're not going to think about that. Like, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. And like...
I'm playing it because it's a video game.
It's such a cop-out excuse, because it just means that they're using it as an excuse to be lazy with the art direction that they're going with. Like, graphics are always going to age poorly when you look back at them on whatever. But they can be good for the time that you're in. Like, things can look really good for where they're at. And they can make a game that looks really good for 2024 based on the graphics. It's art design is the thing that people always say is timeless. Like, if you look and you go back to something like the original Fable on Xbox, Fable Lost Chapters, that game's art designs actually aged really, really well, in my opinion anyway. But that's because they took it in a certain way that it's got a bit of that kind of cartoony elements, but that's the theme that it matches in the game.
Yeah.
Like, there's all sorts of kind of tones through there. Whereas something like, and I'm referencing again, say it with me, Jackie Chan Adventures.
Right.
The art direction on that matches the show, but they did it in a way that's just, it aged fucking terribly.
Yeah.
But everything in that game aged fucking terribly.
I mean, even things like Ratchet and Clank, like Ratchet and Clank 1 on the PS2, like it's not the most detailed game, but the art style
100%.
is very clear, and it works. And even further back, like Spyro, that works as well.
There's so much to be said about Spyro's design. From like everything from like world, like hub worlds to levels to everything. Like, everything's got a very clear, definitive feel to it.
Yeah.
And the devs did such a good job of doing that. That's one of the, I reckon, the best examples you could use of clear, like, art design matching, level design matching tone.
I feel like some of that is lost with the Reignited, whatever.
100%. I like the Reignited trilogy, but 100%.
Yeah, like, it looks great, and, I love it, but there's just something missing. It's almost like it looks too good all the time. It's hard to explain, but there's something, I was thinking about this the other day, in the original graphics, whenever Spyro's like, you go through a portal and then you're flying to the next level, something like so like dreamy about it. Like I want to go to those mountains that are in the distance and just see what's over there. Or
it's the whole of just only just being able to make out enough then your imagination fills in the rest.
Yeah.
Whereas when you get into, like, even if you look around the boundaries of the worlds and the levels that you're in, because technology's got to the point where you can render all of those things and they actually have to detail it, and you can just see things there, and you go, oh, that looks like whatever. Maybe it looks cool, maybe it looks boring, whatever, you know.
That's a very good point.
But your imagination isn't allowed to feel and have that wonder associated to it.
Yeah. I think, to go back to Dragon Age Veilguard, the first trailer was, like, it stood out a lot, the graphics, and then the next trailers to come out have looked a lot better. Like, they've kind of toned it back a bit, but it just, to me, rather than being lazy, it's more like they're trying to appeal to a wider audience, and then that original audience there is like, what? This doesn't match. But the game hasn't come out yet, so it was just that first trailer. And yeah, I feel like in general nowadays, I mean, we were talking about this just before, but we'll say it again on the podcast, it's like games get overhyped, or people's expectations go way too far before it comes out, and then you just shit on the game because it doesn't match what you thought it was going to be.
Yes, 100%.
And for me, like, Starfield is the best example of that recently. Yep. Where I knew leading into it, you have a spaceship and there's a whole lot of planets, kind of like No Man's Sky. Didn't know anything else about it, and I quite enjoyed that game just for what it was. Yep. Whereas I think a lot of people wanted it to be more like Fallout in space or Skyrim in space, and it's not quite that.
Yeah. Again, to loop it back to Dragon Age, is like, I've played 3 hours of Dragon Age Origins. Fuck all. I've got Morrigan to my party and then I stopped playing. Yeah. That's all I've played of Dragon Age. I've listened to a little bit of YouTube videos talk about the first two games. That's it. So I have no expectations of what I was expecting. Veilguard, is that the name? Yeah. To be, or anything like that. And to be fair, I've not seen any of the trailers either. Right. But the way that I hear people talking about it is just like, well, who is this game made for? Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Yeah. But it's just kind of like, need to wait and see. Like, I'm gonna get it anyway because I love Dragon Age. Yep. I've probably spoken about it on every podcast so far. By so far, I mean on episode 2, because 3's not out yet. But we've both got one of those games where it's just like every podcast we're going to bring it up.
Yes. Although I think you've pivoted from Baldur's Gate 3 now to, what is it, Warhammer Space Marines.
Yes, Warhammer 40k Space Marine. But no, I was meaning my game that I'm going to talk about until the day I fucking die is Jackie Chan Adventures.
Jackie Chan Adventures. Yeah, you tricked me on that one.
I did no such thing.
I genuinely thought there was like a hidden gem of the PS2.
It's a fucking gem, alright. It's like, there is a playthrough of that game is entertainment untapped.
It is a gem that's been dropped down like 1,000 flights of stairs.
And a fucking mine shaft.
It's like landed in just dog shit, and it's fallen through like Gandalf and the Balrog when they were falling.
I was just thinking of the fucking Balrog.
Yes, something like that, but just layers of just shit and disease and vomit, and it's just this vomity, shitty art style, terrible combat. Terrible voice acting. Oh my god.
The key voice acting from like the people from the show, really good. The remaining voice acting, very bad.
Extremely bad.
Yes.
I was going to ask you, like, again, this is sort of on the subject of Dragon Age because that's where I'm going to go back to. Yeah. But I was going to ask you, if there was a game or a couple of games that you could have, like, you could just give the developers one more year to, like, do whatever with that game, what would they be?
One more year for any game?
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes if I get asked this question, I have an answer right away.
Yeah. I've got 3, if you want to think.
Yeah,
because I had 1, and then I had to, and now I've got 3. But,
give me yours.
So 1 would be Dragon Age 2. Okay. Because Origins had like 6 years of development, and then 2 came out a year after that, so less than a year, And a lot of areas and shit are reused. I feel like a lot of the story points are like they get funneled down like quite linearly, if that's even a word.
Okay, yeah.
But like listening to some of the devs or like the writers who are working on that and all the stuff that got cut is quite sad, and that game could have been a lot better. Another one is Mass Effect 3.
Yeah.
Because that is the end of a pretty fucking awesome trilogy.
Yeah.
That drops the ball in so many fucking ways.
Mass Effect is an era-defining trilogy. It really is.
Yeah.
Like, that is one of those series that defines, like, the Xbox 360 PS3 generation.
Yes. It's also an era-ridden series.
Yes.
Like, it's so flawed, but there's so many, like, lovable characters and locations and stuff that kind of shines through it, I think. But
100%.
Mass Effect 3 just, again, a lot of those decisions that you've made throughout just get funneled into like, oh, well, they didn't matter because we don't have enough time to create those varying, missions.
Yep.
Like the best example is the Rachni. So spoilers for Mass Effect 1 and 3, but like in Mass Effect 1, it's a massive decision to like
exterminate a race.
Do I exterminate this race, which throughout this entire mission, it's just been like building the lore of like, there's been massive fucking wars in the past that have been to deal with these things because they just get out of control.
Yeah, like effectively it's, do I exterminate this race that has historically for like hundreds of thousands of years been trying to exterminate other races?
Yeah. Or like, but then this sentient thing who's the last queen is there talking to you and saying like, no, like this is our last chance and we're gonna, like we promise we're gonna go off to some corner in the galaxy and we'll just leave everyone alone. Like we don't want to die out. So it's a pretty big decision. And then Mass Effect 3 comes along, and if you saved them, it makes sense. That Rachni Queen was just hiding out in a cave somewhere. The Reapers found it and Reaper-fied it, and now there are, Rachni Reapers going around that you have to fight.
Mate, Jesus.
But if you exterminate it, it just turns out, there was another one hiding in that exact same cave that the Reapers found. And like that whole thing is just flushed away.
That's fucking lazy.
Or like Mass Effect 2, which the whole point of Mass Effect 2 is you go around recruiting all these really interesting, really cool characters.
Yes.
For a team that you go on the suicide mission. Anyone can die, which is, the stakes are pretty high.
Yep.
But then because any of them can die, the only two that are really like kind of fleshed out in Mass Effect 3 are Garrus and Tali.
Yeah.
And so the rest of them, it doesn't matter if they die or not because
they're just not present anyway.
Yeah, or like another random character will just come in and fill that exact same role for that quest.
Yeah.
And it's just like, or I think we spoke about it before, but Caden and Ashley, like which one do you choose? Doesn't matter. They have the exact same storyline afterwards.
One's just a bit more racist than the other.
Yes, exactly. I think they could create some of those like alternate versions of those missions. Or I mean, it'd be pretty cool if you save the Rachni, or let's say you exterminate the Rachni, then you don't end up having to fight them in Mass Effect 3, but you lose them as an ally.
Yes.
Like that. I feel like even the end of Mass Effect 3 should be determined by the choices that you have made throughout the trilogy as well.
Oh, yeah.
But instead, it funnels it down to just one final decision. It's just getting to that point.
Yeah.
Nothing matters after that point either because of that final decision that you made. So that's one, like, it would make a huge difference to the game, but also the fact that it ends, if it's ending that same way, would kind of be a waste.
Yeah.
So, and I had a third one, but I can't remember.
Fair enough. Well, I've got two.
Yeah, I just remembered it. But
okay, go.
Sorry.
Quickly.
Assassin's Creed Unity.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
Well.
Was that one of yours?
It's pretty damn close.
Yeah, it was, like, you have Rogue coming out that year.
Yeah,
so
that fucking bewildered me that they're working on 2 Assassin's Creed games at
Yes,
once.
they had to get that money. They hadn't sold enough Xbox Ones and PS4s yet.
No.
But pour some of those resources into Rogue and make Rogue actually good. And then have more time on Unity to get rid of all the bugs and stuff like that.
Extra crap which killed the game.
Yeah, I think Assassin's Creed as a series would be in such a different place now had that game been received really well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, anyway, they were my 3. Over to you, sir.
Right. I've got 2. The first one, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yep, interesting.
Interchangeable with Revelations, but I feel like Brotherhood's the main one. And the story that they tell in Brotherhood is really good, I feel. Like, it covers a nice part of the story, and it doesn't need to be set in anything more than Rome. But it just feels like there's a lot of crap which is just a bit recycled or unnecessary or, like, lazy. Like, there's a mission where you pick up a box, and you just have to walk around with a box trying to blend in with the other guards.
Yes.
And it's just like... I just feel like bit more time. They don't have to just have these random fucking placeholders there, but they can actually develop something that's interesting, meaningful, and I don't feel it's like they need to add anything more to the game.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have used that year to refine down what they already had. Change up the pacing a little bit, and just kind of... Because it doesn't need to be a big game. I'm not saying like...
No.
Yeah, I'm not saying they need an extra year to flesh things out more and add more things. No, a year to refine and make really good what is really good in that game.
I mean, there is a large gap in it, though, in the story, where essentially, like, the main villain is in jail,
Yes.
and then it just jumps ahead, and there's just this massive battle happening.
Yes.
And there is, like, a codex entry that explains it, but I don't want to read.
No.
Sorry, I don't want to read.
Assassin's Creed to stab dudes.
Yes. Like, all the lore and stuff is interesting, but such important plot stuff like that shouldn't just be in a codex entry.
Yeah, basically. So, I feel like, just a bit more time in the oven for that game. And I'm not going to say... I said it's interchangeable with Revelations. I'm taking that back. Fuck that. No, Revelations, one of my favorite games. Got some shit in there that does not need to be in there. Like the fucking tower defense shit. And
yeah. I mean, I think you only have to do it once, though. Like, if you
do
don't
only
like it,
have
just
to do
don't
it
do
once.
it. Yeah.
That is fair. But I'm not going to use that as one of my options.
Fair enough.
So Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is the first one.
Yeah.
Second one, Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
Right.
Which,
Yeah.
I don't think you've played any Deus Ex games, have you?
I started playing Human Revolution, and it was very good, and I don't know why I stopped playing it.
Human Revelation is very good. The first Deus Ex, is also very, very good. Bit
Also
dated,
played that.
but
Yeah.
and I say dated in the sense that the controls and the feel of things just feel a little bit clunky, but the way that the game plays out is still very, very, very good. I played through it this year, and holy shit, it's a good game. Like, the amount of different ways that story can go based on, like, the decisions you make is even more so than Human Revolution.
Yeah.
Human Revolution ends on a pretty shitty note.
Right.
Because it's all the decisions that you make effectively don't mean anything, because you just get to a room and you can press one of 4 buttons.
Right.
And that determines the ending.
The Mass Effect 3 ending.
Yeah, effectively.
Yeah.
But I still feel like it was done a bit better because it wasn't based on microtransactions and shit
Wait,
like that.
How? Elaborate? How is it based on?
No, wasn't Mass Effect 3 based on, like, there was a currency or something that was from the multiplayer?
No.
No?
No. So there's galactic readiness. So when you play the multiplayer, like, each time you win a match, whatever map that was in that sector gets a bonus to your readiness, and then you have, like, your overall galactic readiness. So it would impact your war assets or whatever. So, like, the more war assets you have, that kind of pushes you over the line from getting the shit ending to the good ending. But it wasn't linked to microtransactions. I guess, like, it encourages you to play the multiplayer, which may or may not encourage you to spend some microtransactions to get the boxes or whatever. But you don't have to. And in fact, that multiplayer is really fucking fun. But the other thing with that is that you don't have to play the multiplayer. You just have to put a bit more into the game and do more of the side quests and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then you'd still get across the line. So it just kind of accelerates that progress, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, so, yeah. Human Revolution, also a very good game. Mankind Divided.
Mm-hmm.
Another good game. And then, like, people online say, like, it's a good game. Some people online say it's, like, the weakest out of them.
Right.
I still think it's, out of the two that I've already talked about, it's probably the weakest out of those three. Still a very good game. But, like, the way that the ending on that just kind of happens. And, like, it's been reported that, like, development got cut short on and everything like that.
Yeah.
So just from a personal fan of wanting to see more of that.
Yeah.
And just the pacing of the last, like, act effectively, act and a half, like, would have been really improved upon.
Right.
Because the ending just kind of happens and you're like, oh, I guess that's it.
Right. Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, that is a
very
shame.
good games.
Yeah, I just thought of, like, a couple other random ones, like Lego. Oh, no, this is different, actually. So the Lego Hobbit.
Okay.
Lego The Hobbit. Is, like, one of the best Lego games. And then it just ends with the ending of the second movie.
Oh.
Which is, like, a brutal cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Of Smaug just flying towards the village, about to fucking burn it down.
Rivertown?
And that's the end of the game.
Rivertown, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Lake Town.
Yeah, I think it came out with the second movie, so it's kind of different. But like they never made a sequel or like a DLC for the third movie, so that's how the game ends.
That's fucking. Yeah. Oh god.
I was like, where's the next mission? Like, there is none.
Where's the whole extra movie?
Yeah. And we talked about this yesterday as well, but the best PS2 game that I've ever played, Recore.
Yes. Famously not a PS2
Yes, no, it was an Xbox One console exclusive.
Yes.
To like kick off that, summer season or whatever.
Yeah.
And
be excited. Here's the exclusive that Xbox is getting. Only good things to come.
Yes. Just
Recore.
Like PlayStation 2 era graphics, PS1 era combat, decent platforming. But another thing that annoys me about that game and some other platformers is like, in a game, it's like, okay, the villain is literally about to destroy the whole world. We need to stop him right now.
This instant.
Yes, and you run up to the door to get through to the boss fight. It's like, oh, no, you need to retrack through the entire fucking game. Get all of the collectibles before you can do this final boss fight. And then, if you could be bothered actually doing that, then the cutscene just kind of resumes. Like, oh, you arrived just in time.
Yeah, you're like, no, I fucking didn't. I spent the last year of my life coming back and just collecting all the fucking shiny pebbles.
Yes.
Oh, God.
It does that. Oh, my God.
I haven't thought of a third game, but...
All right. You did? Or you
no,
didn't?
I haven't.
Oh, that's
but if I think of one, I'll just throw it in there.
That's okay. I'll talk about Assassin's Creed Brotherhood a bit more. Because
sounds great. I swear, every fucking podcast, we just end up talking about goddamn Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, we are just an Assassin's Creed podcast.
We really are.
And,
I'd love to say Ubisoft should sponsor us, but it sounds like they're about to fucking go out of business.
Well, yeah.
Apparently they're fucking looking to sell up or something.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
And it's just like, isn't this like supposed to be like the second biggest games company in the world or something?
Yeah, it's pretty
Actually,
crazy.
it's probably less now, with like 2K and shit.
It's like the games just get too big, and the companies are just too massive. Like way too many people trying to work on these projects, and if they don't sell,
they're fucked.
They're just completely fucked.
And it's like, if you've got a string of games that fuck up one after the other, like Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah.
Has not done well.
No.
And they're about to go into Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Yes.
Which is going to have some issues. This is coming off the back of Skull and Bones.
Yes.
Which everyone forgets is probably the biggest flop in recent history besides... what's that fucking Sony one? I can't even remember what it's fucking called now.
Remember.
The Overwatch ripoff that never had more than like 600 players.
That came out recently.
Yeah, like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I didn't even know about it. And then when it came out, people were like, "Oh, this game was a massive flop." I was like, "I've never heard of it."
I heard about it like.
Remember the name of it?
There was a trailer that came out like 3 months ago or something, and I looked and I just went, again, like, who the fuck is this for? Like, none of the characters in this game appeal to me.
Yeah.
And everyone's harping on about the character design and everything like that. And I didn't think the character's design was tragic. I don't think it's good. But I looked at the characters, I just go, there's nothing here that makes me interested about any of them.
Yeah. I mean, when was Skull and Bones announced? That was like, a year after Assassin's Creed 4 came out? Or something like that?
Something like that.
And it must have just...
a long fucking time.
Yeah, gone through so many different iterations or like, lead designers and stuff. And just, I remember all the beta feedback being like, it's cool, but it's just boring.
Yep. Oh man, I saw something the other day. Apparently that game had like over 800 million or something invested into it.
Oh, right.
And it's just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, not even a fragment close to that much being brought back. And I'm pretty sure that would be including like fucking like just every single cost that could be attributed to that game, like marketing and everything like that.
Yeah.
Even down to like, okay, these were the employees that were working on it. How much did their fucking Christmas party cost or something?
Yeah.
I reckon that would, every single cent that you could associate to that game would have been included into that figure.
Yeah.
But like, what a tragic fucking investment that video game turned out to be.
Yeah. They cancelled The Division 3, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it was like The Division Heartlands or something like that.
Oh, I always wondered why we never got a Division 3.
Yeah, well, we never played Division 2. You know what's really interesting is the first podcast that we did, we're talking about Destiny 2 versus The Division.
Yes.
Because The Division had just come out, and we're like, oh, I prefer Destiny for this, but The Division's better at that. As if The Division was going to be this big, like, Destiny killer.
Yeah. To be fair, The Division 2, really fucking popular game that had fucking years and years and years of support for it.
Yeah, just for me, still.
Yeah.
It just never reaches the heights of fun that Destiny gets to.
No, it never did.
But anyway, Destiny 2 kind of killed itself, really.
Pretty much.
Didn't even need The Division
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. I mean, even Dragon Age Veilguard, because this is coming after Anthem. Like, BioWare went from doing these single-player RPGs to like a co-op MMO style game like Destiny, and it just completely flopped.
Yep.
I think Dragon Age Veilguard was heading in that sort of direction, and I think they've chopped and changed that as well. That's why it's coming out like 10 years after Inquisition. So, yes.
God.
We're also a Dragon Age podcast.
We are also a Dragon Age podcast.
And a Jackie Chan Adventures podcast. The only.
We're the only two people talking about it in the year 2024.
It's a very confusing channel.
Retro speed running.
Yes.
Retro game speed running is the best way to sum up our channel,
Yeah.
which we've got 0 videos of any retro games or speedruns, apart from a game literally called Speedrunners.
Yes, that's the only one, which is nothing to do with speedrunning.
No, nothing. It's just going fast.
No, you're just running at speed.
Yes.
But,
and also the worst performing videos on the channel.
Yes. We did discuss renaming the channel because Game Romp, I'm
Been
sure,
ripped off.
Yes. Yeah. There's many channels with very similar names. The first 5 letters of Game Romp is Gamer. We've established this before. We thought about, looking at all the videos that we do, they're all retro games. Like, what's something that people are going to search for that might, bring in some more views? And the name that we came up with was Vintage Playboys.
Yes. Fantastic name.
Yes, because no one's going to be searching for vintage Playboys on the internet.
No, just in the last week alone.
I suppose it depends on the audience that we're trying to bring in. Yeah. Maybe we should stick with Game Romp.
Maybe we should stick with Game Romp.
Yes.
But
Well, now-
I feel like, actually, the people that would be looking for vintage Playboys on the internet are the kind of people that would fucking love to see Tom Clancy video games.
True.
I feel like that's actually a really good crossover there.
Yeah.
The Venn diagram is strong.
Yes. The only problem is our intro. So the silver logo
yes, we would
and stuff. So that is
La 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 la
Yeah.
la 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 la.
something like that. We could change the audio, but that piece of video is the single highest quality piece of video known to mankind.
It really. How many hours did that take of Paddy's computer just sitting
Yes.
there rendering?
Patrick's high-end PC took like 2.5 weeks to render like a 20-second, if that, clip, and it's like almost 100 gigabytes.
It's ridiculous how fucking complicated that file is. And the best fucking part was like he did it, and then he's just like, "It's a bit shit, isn't it?"
Yeah, but
so then he made some tweaks and redid it.
But it got like halfway through or something, and then he realized like, oh, I've ticked the wrong box. I've done the wrong setting. That's why it's taking this long. But it's already halfway.
Yes.
So I may as well just leave it for it until it completes.
Never heard something more Patrick in my life.
Like, Patrick, have you done any editing lately? It's like, no, I can't. My PC's still rendering that video.
A fucking 10 to 12 second clip of just a silver fucking pill
Yes.
with the word letters
Yes.
GR
That's it.
spinning into view.
Something to do with like the reflections off of it. It's
Yeah.
like the most complicated fucking lighting that has ever been rendered.
Just something ridiculous. Like, fuck. God damn. Imagine how good that thing would look with ray tracing.
Needs like some more lens flares or some shit.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
God, it needs
I don't know.
rain and neon
Yeah.
lights. And,
Oh yes, and dubstep,
yes.
like every other intro on YouTube.
Fucking be perfect. I mean, every other channel on YouTube is more successful than ours,
Yes.
so maybe we should actually
Yes.
fucking listen to them.
Fuck. Yes. Also, we need to start asking people to subscribe, begging.
We
people
really
to
fucking do.
subscribe.
Well, it's something we really should do in the fucking
Yeah.
videos.
I
Just,
mean,
hey guys, just remember to fucking subscribe,
Yes,
please.
please, we are begging you.
At this point, begging.
All we want to do is recuperate our expenses.
When our channel's never getting monetized.
No.
No.
Especially once Jackie Chow comes out. And
God.
that's going to be the end of it.
I was gonna say, like, I'm gonna go get a beer. Matt, take the ad read.
Oh, right. Our sponsors. Anyway, welcome back to the...
How is your water looking?
very low.
Very low? I'll get you
Yes,
another water.
We can't even say the name of the beer. They'll sue
Oh,
us.
fuck. Defamation.
They don't want to be linked to our content.
You know how it's like back in school, you had the cool kids and then the losers like us?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Losers like me.
No, I know what you're talking about.
And how, like, if you're just seen around the, like, cool people, that's enough for their status to go down.
Yes.
That's basically what brand association with us is. It's just
Oh,
like, oh, fuck, we mentioned someone, that brand's dead in a year.
Yes. Well, it's
Like
exactly...
celebrities.
It's exactly what happened when, what was it, Rainbow Six Episode 2 came out. Murder Town Mishaps. Got like 250 views.
Yep.
And then the very next video was called Convention Center. 10 views. Like the algorithm picked us up. Like, oh, these guys might be onto something.
How fucking good. And then
And they
just immediately
drops the C-bomb in the title.
They're really not.
Just back
That was
to
a
the
terrible
depths.
idea.
Oh dear. It's alright, we clawed it back with Halo tits and ass.
To be fair, we've got a bit of a fucking streak going with killing, one, our own brand, two, killing other brands, and then three, killing celebrities.
And killing terrorists.
Yes! The terrorists are the celebrities.
Yes.
But no, you know, the celebrities is the Deadpool.
Oh, right, yeah. Who's winning on that, by the way?
Not a fucking clue. We
I
need
feel
to
like
actually
it's
fucking
Patrick. Because
I bet it is.
it's just always like, we talk about the Deadpool, and then we figure out who everyone's guesses were.
Yeah.
And then we forget about it.
Yeah. We need to just make a fucking spreadsheet or something and record it.
Yes. I know, like, I mean, Patrick has, like, Akon on his, so he's a bit fucked. I had Sean Connery, so
You did get Sean Connery.
Yeah, he's dead.
Well, Patrick also picked Michael Schumacher, who's, I think, like 11 years now or something.
He's
been
been
in
the
a coma.
problem with the Deadpool. He didn't pick Michael Schumacher.
I'm sure he did.
He didn't. This is what happens every time we talk about the celebrity Deadpool.
We just forget.
I think Darren picked Betty White.
He did pick Betty White. He got Betty White.
Yeah.
I picked... Well, we should explain what the Deadpool is.
Yes.
So the Deadpool is from the game Romp crew. We all have a selection of categories of celebrity who we think will die, and we get a point when they die. When they die, we get to pick another celebrity of that category to take their spot.
What are you talking about? That's never been a thing.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That is the first time that you said that.
Well, either way, we've got a category of celebrities that basically people need to die.
Yes. And what are the categories?
We have musician, actor, politician,
and a
wild card.
we can't talk about the fourth one.
No, we can't talk wild card.
Yes, wild
Wild
card.
card.
Yes, mysterious. There
Could be anyone.
There are 3 categories.
Yes, 3 categories. We have musician, actor, politician.
Yes, that's it. That's all the categories.
That is all the categories. There are no more. There
definitely
never
not a
be any
fourth
more.
one. No.
Maybe we could add a wild card category.
Yes, yeah,
it
maybe.
could be anyone.
Yes.
And we always fucking forget who everyone's picked, apart from the people that have already fucking died, because we remember the ones that we've picked.
Yes.
But I could have sworn Patrick picked fucking Michael Schumacher or something.
No, he...
But to be fair, he's neither of those 3.
No. Yeah, that's why he didn't pick him.
That is fair enough. That might have been from one of the times where we did it before we had the categories.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can look it up now. It'll take me a minute to find it. But
Yes.
I
could
remember my musician was John Williams.
Yes, it was.
And surely he's fucking dead.
He's got to be pretty fucking close. I remember my musician was Rick Astley.
Yes.
I thought he was just that right amount of obscure but popular enough celebrity that he's going to die young or something, and everyone's going to be like, oh no, Rick Astley's dead, and then a week later be like, forgot all about it.
Right, I've got mine here. So, Sean Connery, dead.
Mm-hmm.
John Williams and Winston Peters.
That's right, yes.
I've got Patrick's here.
Mm-hmm.
Akon.
Fucking Akon. Of all...
Yes.
He could have gone like Usher. Diddy would have been a good choice. Diddy's going to get fucking unalive.
Oh, yeah, he's screwed.
Jesus. No, Akon.
Yeah,
Fuck me.
Akon.
Akon.
Jacinda Ardern. As a side note, so I think we might have to cut that.
Yeah.
And his actor was Jack Nicholson. I'm pretty sure he's dead.
I think he died.
Yeah, I think he died a while ago, actually.
Yeah.
But
we've all forgot about it. Hang on, let me Google that.
And then your guesses: Clint Eastwood.
Yes.
Rick Astley.
He's fucking ancient now.
Is he still alive?
He is still alive somehow.
That is crazy. Yeah, Clint Eastwood, Rick Astley, and Prince Phillips.
Oh, I got Prince Philip.
Yeah. So, yeah, you just need Rick Astley to die.
Yeah.
Darren, Betty White, Robert McCarby, and Tom Jones.
Oh, Tom Jones. Oh. Jack Nicholson is still a fucking alive.
Is he? Well, I'm sure he died.
I can't find anything about it. The most I can find about it is R.I.P. Jack Nicholson Facebook page.
Oh. Who the fuck am I thinking about then?
I could have sworn Jack Nicholson was dead. Hang on, here we go. Jack Nicholson gets heartbreaking news as Hollywood icon dies. Legendary actor Jack Nicholson got some heartbreaking news Thursday as his longtime agent Sandy Bresler died. So fucking Jack Nicholson's still alive. Terrible fucking pick from Patrick. Terrible
Yeah,
picks
it's
from
terrible.
Patrick.
He's not even on the board.
No, we thought he was. We thought he was winning. Jesus.
So I've got here, but I'll bleep his name because I don't think he's been in any of our videos.
No, he hasn't.
Danny DeVito,
Oh.
Kanye West, and David Seymour. I mean, David Seymour, he might get fucking stabbed.
He might legitimately get... Kanye might get fucking stabbed.
Yes, and Danny DeVito is pretty fucking old as well.
He is pretty fucking old.
But I did give him a thumbs down on that for Danny DeVito.
Yes. So, going back to Darren's picks.
Yes.
Betty White,
Yes.
dead.
Yes.
Robert Mugabe, dead.
Really?
Yeah?
Okay.
He died like 5 years ago.
Oh, okay. Right.
And then who was his fucking...
Let me just find it again. Tom Jones.
Oh, Tom Jones is still alive.
Okay. All right. So it's still on. The Deadpool is still on.
Yep. Right, Clint Eastwood. I saw a picture of him the other day. He's not looking good. But he's still somehow alive.
He wasn't looking good in that movie where he's like an old guy and he's looking after a kid and the kid's getting bullied or some shit and he goes onto the guy's lawn and he goes to pull out...
Oh, Gran Torino.
Yes. And
Yeah.
they think that he's pulling out a gun, but he was actually getting his lighter. He
That's
looked...
from like 2010 or something like that.
Yes. That was 14 years ago.
Yeah, so this is Clint Eastwood now.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's
holy shit.
Going to fucking drop dead any fucking
Yes.
moment.
Probably by the time I edit this podcast.
Probably, we might have killed Clint Eastwood. He's 94 years old.
Jeez. He might crack 100.
If he does, I'm going to be
mean-
so fucking mad. I'm not winning this thing. Rick Astley's going to live till he's fucking 100 as well.
Yeah. Who is, I mean, how old is John Williams?
John Williams. Let's find John Williams.
Because he did the soundtrack for Star Wars, like original Star Wars.
John Williams,
Yes.
92 years old.
Oh,
Younger
no.
than Clint Eastwood.
Shit.
2 years younger.
I'm in trouble.
Yeah, oh, yes. He's looking a lot better than Clint Eastwood. Are you going to have to edit in some fucking photos of these people for the Deadpool now?
Yes. Yeah.
Put together like a graph
Yes.
for like everyone's Deadpool. It's good. We've
Yeah.
finally got some fucking evidence that we can refer back to.
Yes,
for the
thank
Deadpool.
you.
Is a year from now when we've forgotten all the fucking about it and who's got who.
Yes, definitely.
We can go back and be like, this is the definitive
Yes,
answer.
watch the podcast so it gets more than 10 views.
Please.
And also subscribe.
if Clint Eastwood or anyone else dies during the editing of this podcast, surely the name of the podcast is We Killed X.
Yes. I'll just call it that as a placeholder title.
Oh my god, we killed them. Jacinda Ardern dies.
Oh.
Cut that, bleep that, whatever, get it gone. Oh god.
Fuck me. Can we talk about how shit Mud Runner was? Of a game?
Specifically Expeditions, a Mud Runner game.
Yes, or whatever it's called, yeah.
That was fucking terrible.
Just absolute dog shit.
Didn't fucking work.
No, like, not only did it not work, but like the tiniest fucking little rock, like, that was it. I mean, we got pretty stuck in SnowRunner, but like we were getting that stuck just on tiny little fucking little boulders.
And we were getting out of things in SnowRunner.
Yeah.
Expeditions, we were just, that's it.
That's it.
Quit back out.
The button to open the winch like doesn't work.
Yeah.
You can't change trucks. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
You can't grapple onto each other, or you can't both pull the same vehicle.
Yeah.
Which you also can't in SnowRunner. But
that game came out however many years ago now.
yeah.
Like, what the fuck have they not added that to fucking this game?
Yeah, and just
Jesus.
basic features that you have to like spend your in-game money for, like
Yes.
being able to reset your car when it flips.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that game came out straight onto Game Pass, and therefore it is just like encouraging microtransactions, so you can flip your car over and continue to play the game because the menu doesn't fucking work.
I have no idea if the game even has microtransactions in it, but I'm not at all surprised.
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense, because SnowRunner is so much better. But there are like a couple of features that work better, like being able to, like you said, have slack off the winch.
Yeah.
But yeah, that game was... I was getting very angry.
It's just a dreadful fucking game.
Yeah, to be honest, SnowRunner wasn't that much better.
But it was better.
Well, yeah, it was better, but oh my Jesus.
At least the game worked.
Yeah, the game worked. It's just...
yeah.
It's just, why would anyone fucking live there? In fact, no one lived there. It was just us driving around in our trucks, getting stuck.
The towns were empty. The farm had no one in it. It's just, everything's just abandoned.
Just waiting for all the zombies to come out of the fog.
That'd be a pretty fucking cool game. Imagine SnowRunner, right?
Mm.
But it's a fucking zombie survival game. And like you're just there and then your truck gets stuck and you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Quick. Winch.
Yes. Like State of Decay 3 should have that.
Yes. Absolutely.
Because when that happens in State of Decay 1 or 2, like your car flips on accident and you get ejected out.
Yeah,
or like
then explodes.
Yeah, and explodes, and then you're just in the middle of like a horde, and you're just out in the middle of fucking nowhere. There's no cars for miles.
Yeah.
That's when it gets really fucking fun.
Yes.
Because for me, it can start to get boring when you start to master the game. And you're like, cool, I'm just driving straight to where I need to go, clear it out, chuck the supplies in my car, drive back, and that's it.
Min-maxing it.
Yeah, and it's when things turn to shit, that's when that game gets like really crazy.
Oh yes, the Patrick classic: State of Decay, car flip, explode,
yes.
dead. Paul Walker. Go check out the video on the channel.
Yeah.
Please subscribe.
Yes. I love that video.
That's such a good video.
Yeah, that was one that I edited. Like I had a long hiatus from editing, and I came back to that, and that is one of my favorite series, and I would love to film more of it.
Yeah.
Even though it would literally be like a 10-year time skip in real life between episodes.
And it would be in State of Decay 2.
Yes. Yeah, I always had an idea to continue that in State of Decay 1. Like do one more episode that kind of bridges us over into State of Decay 2 to like get it up to date.
Yeah.
And then you could do co-op and stuff that. But we really do need 4 of us there for it.
Yeah, that's the only way it would really work.
Yeah, I just think the way that we had done it with like, okay, we each have our own character and we kind of share like who's playing. You kind of need everyone there. But like we didn't get to a point where you had your own character.
No.
So yeah, that would definitely be a thing. I came up with like a full... like a script to kind of be like, okay, this is what's happened in between episodes, because I did play it a little bit just to get us like some supplies, like, and I think a couple more characters, because if we lost anyone, that whole playthrough, the series would have been done. So there was like a planned time skip in there that I was going to be like, right, this is what's happened, blah blah blah, and then we continue on from there. So.
There's something there that would be such a cool idea if we all lived in the same fucking place to be able to execute it.
Yeah. Instead we all live at opposite fucking ends of New Zealand now.
Yeah. Opposite ends of the fucking different islands.
Yes. But I think that's our most unique series.
100%. What, you mean Halo Tits and Ass isn't unique?
Well, I mean, that's our most successful series.
Yeah, and to be fair, there is some differentiation in there. You mean Rainbow Six Terrorist Hunt isn't unique?
Yeah, who's done that before?
No one, as far as I'm aware. Not the way we've done it.
Oh, right.
Where now it's Ghost Recon, Amazing Weapons.
Amazing Advanced Warfare
Warrior.
Runner.
That's
We probably need to explain what we're talking about.
Full
because
Spectrum Warrior is the dumbest running joke that we fucking have that no one gets. And even when we explain it, no one still fucking gets because no one's ever heard of the game Full Spectrum Warrior before because it's so fucking stupid, pointless, and obscure.
That is a terrible name for a video game.
It's an awful name for a video game. For the original Xbox.
Yes.
And it's backwards compatible and you can buy it for 40 New Zealand dollars. And, like, why the fuck does it exist in the first place and why does it exist now?
What you're referring to, because remember this podcast comes out, like, now.
Yes.
So, is that we continued our Rainbow Six, our Tom Clancy adventures in a game called Ghost Recon
Advanced
Warfare
Advanced Warfighter 2.
Tom Clancy. Yes.
Tom Clancy.
Yes.
The name of the game is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2. And the joke is it's such a stupid, dumb, long name. And there's another game that's also just like a modern military shooter for the original Xbox called Full Spectrum Warrior. Jesus Christ. I'm getting fucking sick of having to explain this because of how fucking ridiculous the whole thing is. But the joke is that we combine the two names of just random shit that we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Because we don't even fucking remember the name of it. We say it wrong half the fucking time anyway.
Oh, no.
The whole thing's just fucking stupid.
Yeah. And for any payoff of this part of the podcast, like, those videos are going to come out like 20 fucking videos from now in like 4 years' time.
One day we're going to do a video on Full Spectrum Warrior. When we pay off all of our fucking outstanding debts for the equipment that we use to make the podcast and the videos, recoup our losses, we'll make $5 and we'll put that towards a fucking business expense for buying Full Spectrum Warrior. We'll do a video on it and it's going to be fucking atrocious.
Yes, and we will also get cancelled because the fact that the title begs
Full Spectrum Warrior. Again, what the fuck? All of the jokes about that name are such low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, we'll put that out and Jackie Chow, and then that'll be us signing off.
Yeah, that's when you know the channel's done. Like, cool, last chance to cash grab. We're out of here. Bye. Oh, man.
Oh, dude.
Such lazy, low-effort videos to try and maximize as much money as we get before we're just gone forever.
Yes. Speaking of being gone forever and low-hanging fruit, feels like a good segue to end the podcast.
Yep, I love fucking being cancelled the easy way out, and yes. I don't know where low-hanging fruit comes into it, but...
Oh, it was just a low-hanging segue.
Oh, right. No, yeah, no.
That's what I meant.
That is a very good point.
I also didn't mean that the podcast is ending. I just meant that this podcast is ending.
This episode of the podcast is ending.
Yes, there we go.
Here's fucking hoping Clint Eastwood's ending.
Yes, sorry, my brain wasn't working fully. I was
yeah,
partially on the spectrum.
At least you didn't go full spectrum.
Yeah.
Never go full spectrum.
All right, let's stop.
Let's stop.